Good morning, students. Welcome to the fourth English grammar class. This is our fourth English grammar class. Before discussing the class, I have to tell you something about the previous exam. In the previous exam, I have given you 5 questions of present time and past time. Some answer sheet of the hostel students I received by post and I saw them. Most of the students mainly did wrong in 2 questions, question number 1 and question number 5. In question number 1, you were asked to write the use of present simple, and in question number 5, you were asked to write the use of present progressive. Some of the students wrote, but some did it wrong. Let it may be, try to improve in your next class. If you have any doubt, you can ask me through my personal WhatsApp number or personal number. Let's discuss this class. Now today we will discuss this one, ways of expressing the future time. In the previous classes we discussed about ways of expressing the present time and past time. Now today we will discuss about ways of expressing the future time. Remember students, here while discussing ways of expressing the future time, we have to know that there are 7 different ways of expressing the future time. Write down in your grammar note. There are 7 different ways of expressing the future time. And they are, the first one is will and shall. This is used for future time. Be going to. This is used for future time. Present simple is used for future time. Present progressive is used for future time. Future progressive is used for future time. Future perfect is used for future time. And last one, about to is also used for future time. You may find out that out of the 7, these 2, present simple and present progressive, we have used it earlier. When did we use it? We use it in present time. So students, present simple and present progressive, these 2 structure we use in present time. You can remember, present simple is used for habitual action, truth, law of nature, present fact and permanent fact. Just like that, present progressive, we use present progressive for something happening now, something happening over a period of time, and temporary action. Now we can use these 2 in future time also. So in future time we can use these 7 structures. Again I am calling the 7 structures. First one is will and shall, be going to, present simple, present progressive, future progressive, future perfect and about to. Now we will discuss one by one in detail. Okay students, let's discuss about the first one, will shall, that is used for future time. The structure of will shall is subject, then will or shall, then V1, the first form of the verb, then other words. You know where to use will and where to use shall. In first person singular and plural, shall is used. In second person singular and plural, shall is used. In third person singular, will is used, and third person plural, shall is used. You know this one. Let's take some examples of will shall structure. The first example, man will die one day. Man is subject, will shall will, die V1, and one day other words. The second one, leave the bag. This is present simple. See, leave, present simple. Leave the bag. I use the structure here. I shall carry it for you. I subject, shall will shall, carry V1 and other words. And third one, I think, it is present simple here, it will rain today. It subject, will shall will, rain V1, today, other words. So I have taken 3 example students. Guess why I have taken 3? Because there are 3 different uses of will shall for future time. Let's discuss one by one. Man will die one day. You know, man is mortal. As man is mortal, he must die one day. So if I say man will die one day, what does it mean? It must happen in the future. The things which must happen in the future is called future fact. So I have written here use number 1. It is used for future fact. This is an example of future fact. Take another example. You saw a train at Chhatrapur station at 5:30. Usually it comes to Berhampur at 5:30. But one day you saw the train 5:30 at Chhatrapur. So what will happen? If the train comes to Berhampur station, it must be late by half an hour. In that case, you can say the train will be late by half an hour. These are the examples of future fact. Future fact means the things which must happen in the future are called future fact. Come to second one. Leave the bag. Present simple I have written here. I shall carry it for you. Take an example. You went to market with your father, and your father bought some things for necessary goods for home. Your father was coming from market with 2 heavy bags, and you were empty-handed. So when at that time you feel that it is difficult for your father to carry the 2 bags. So what will come to your mind? Surely come that you have to help your father. So at that time you told your father, "Father, leave the bag. I shall carry it for you." So think, you went to market with your father. Your father bought something. He came with 2 heavy bags. He was unable to carry, and during that time you take the decision to carry the bag for you. This is called sudden or instant decision. The decision taken just at the moment of speaking is called sudden and instant decision. Or we can say it is also used for unplanned action. What is unplanned action? When you went to market with your father, you did not plan to carry the bag. You thought that your father will carry the bag and you will come with him. But when you saw it was difficult for your father to carry the bag, so at that time you take the decision to carry the bag. So it is called unplanned action. So for unplanned action or sudden decision or instant decision, instant means sudden, sudden means instant, instant means sudden. Sudden decision we can use will shall structure. This is structure. This is use number 2. Let's come to example 3 or use number 3. Example 3 is I think present simple. It will rain today. See here student, here will structure will is used due to this word. There are words like this. There are 6 words like this. After these 6 words, you can use will or shall structure. What are the 6 words? I have written here. It is also used after the words like think, this is think, sure, probably, perhaps, hope, and afraid. I am sure my father will come today. Probably it will rain today. Perhaps he will pass the exam. I hope India will win the match. I am afraid I will not be there. After these 6 words, you can use will shall structure. So remember students, the 3 uses. The first one is man will die one day. This is used for future fact. For all future fact means the things which must happen in the future, you can use will shall. Second one, for sudden decision or instant decision, unplanned decision, you can use will shall structure. And the third one is very important. You have to buy here the 6th word. Think, sure, perhaps, probably, hope, and F right. You have to remember these 6. After these 6, you can use Euler salt directly. So if you find in the question there is any one word out of the 6, think, surely, probably, perhaps, afraid and hope, you can easily use Wheel cell structure. So these are the uses of Wheel cell structure. We discussed the 3 examples and 3 uses of Wheel cell structure. So students, let's discuss the second structure of future time, that is B going to. The structure is, in B going to, you have to write the subject. After subject, you have to use am or is or are. This is B verb. You know where to use am, where to use is, and where to use are. Then going to. After going to, V1, the first form of the verb, because to is here, you cannot use V2 or past participle, then other words. This is a structure. Subject, am is are, going to, V1, other word. For the name of the structure is B going to structure. I have taken 2 examples. The first example is, the sky is cloudy. It is present simple. The sky is cloudy. You know, the use of present simple here in present time. The sky is cloudy, it is a truth. The sky is cloudy here. It, subject, is verb, then going to, then rain. It is going to be on rain. The sky is cloudy, it is going to rain. Let us discuss the use of this one. The sky is cloudy, it is going to rain. If the sky is clear and if you say it is going to rain, people say that you are mad. So when can you say it is going to rain? If you see the sky is cloudy. If you see the black clouds in the sky, then can you say it is going to rain. So the black clouds in the sky or the sky is cloudy, you can see from outside. The seen from outside is called external evidence. So for external evidence, you have to use be going to structure. Take another example. I am going to water the plants. I subject, am is are, then going to, then water V1, then other words. Now I am teaching you. After completion of teaching, at evening at 4, I will go to my garden. I will water the plants. So for it I can say, I am going to water the plants. I am going to water the plants. You cannot see when I will going to water the plants. It is my evidence inside. It is called internal evidence. So this is used for internal evidence. This is for external evidence. External evidence can be seen from outside. Internal evidence cannot be seen. For internal evidence, the subject is only I. The other subject you cannot use. But for external evidence, you can use all the subject except I. It may be we, you, they, my brother, my sister, Mohan, Rama, Hari, any of them. But for I, when it is I, you have to use, you can say it is used for future internal evidence. So I have written the uses. First one, it is used for internal or external evidence. Example 2 is an example of internal evidence, the evidence within me. The sky is cloudy, it is going to rain. It is going to rain is an example of external evidence. External evidence is that evidence which you can see. For example, I have put a chalk in my hand and I do like this. And a student is sitting there. You can say, Guruji, you are going to throw the piece of chalk. This is external evidence. And if I want to say internal evidence, I have nothing with my hand. I can say, I am going to write on the whiteboard. Now I can write on the whiteboard. This is internal evidence. Second one, it is also used for future fulfillment of present cause or indication. What is present cause indication? The sky is cloudy is present cause indication. The black clouds in the sky is present cause indication. And future fulfillment, it will happen as you see the sky is cloudy, as you see the black clouds in the sky, you can say it is going to rain. The third, it is also used for a future action with present intention or decision. What is my present intention? My present intention is that at 4 I will go to my garden and water the plants. What is my present decision? My present decision is that at 4 I will go to my garden and water the plants. So I can say I am going to water the plants. So external evidence is future fulfillment of present cause or intention, and internal evidence is future action with present cause or decision. So I have written one internal evidence and external evidence in 1, and in 2 it is external, and 3 it is internal. Or easily you can say for internal evidence and external evidence you can use be going to. This is the structure, these are the examples, these are the 3 uses of be going to structure.